Hey you guys, so a number of you have been asking for a video kind of instructing you how to use your DJI Osmo 3. Now if you don't have a DJI Osmo 3, some of the information here will still be relevant, but specifically this is for those that have the DJI Osmo 3 pocket camera. So I want to specifically talk about this because over the years I've recommended this camera to a number of attendees for Super Bowl Media Week. So I want to talk to you about how to maximize your experience and your use of this device. So let's start with the case. This case was $45 on Amazon. We have two DJI units we use because they're lightweight. They're not heavy like our traditional cameras and things like that. But also I can move it. If I drop it, it's protected. And I can, of course, carry it on as a carry-on or also my luggage. So I put this through X-ray scanners, the media security scanners and Media Week, and it doesn't cause any problems with the content that's already on my cards. So it is very protective. I'm not saying it's RFID, or anything like that protection, but I've never had any problems. So with that going on, let me show you how this works. So this is the case. Like I said, once again, it's $45 on Amazon. And of course it houses your camera, your microphone, your other tools you might have within your system. Here you can see we have an additional battery. We have actually another clamp that I can clamp on metal surfaces. So if I need something to hold it, or I want to do some kind of like talking video, whatever it is, and I don't have anybody to hold my camera and I don't want to put it on a stand, I can clamp it to a metal surface and it'll follow me, and that becomes my unofficial, I guess, or cameraman. And this is actually $15. Let me show you guys this. This once again is Amazon. Everything I got here was on Amazon, and if you guys want, I will get you the links. But the DJI goes into this little coder here. This is magnetic, and it just basically goes, and you can hold it on something and it clamps on, and you can access the the record button and everything here, and it'll just clamp on, and you can put it on, refrigerator, put it on a metal cabinet, what have you, but it has to be, of course, metal because it's magnetic here. It's got a nice surface here so it won't scratch what you're putting on. And this is by Sunny Faye. So if you guys want, like I said, let me know. I'll give you guys the links. But I bought this. It's about $15 on Amazon, and it frees up my hands when I want to do videos. So without further ado, let's get into the DJI Osmo Pocket 3. Okay, so let's take it out here. Okay, and as you can see, it actually has an internal battery. But you can also, now these batteries right here are not really batteries. It comes with this, but the reason it does is because it has a 1/4-inch screw on the bottom, which is usually universal for most light stands or tripods. You can put this on. So basically this will clamp into the bottom, and you put it on, then you can screw it onto your tripod. Now a couple of things you should note. If you're going to do a live stream with your camera, you can definitely use these devices. To remove it, you would press the button at the bottom, and it opens each clamp on each side. Now, some people, and you want to be careful, some people have actually put this on in a hurry, and they click and they only hear one clamp. If you'll notice, and it's probably hard to see here, this clamp has engaged. This one has not. This one has not. So what happens is, as the camera's moving, or if the person is moving it like on a selfie stick, it could fall off. You need to have both clamps engaged. Once you see that and see those clamps are flush with the side of the bottom of your unit, then you know it's going to be solid. Okay. Another thing is, there is a built-in gimbal in here, an internal gimbal that's actually going to show you or tell it where it is in relation to where you're moving. So if you have this on, let's say you have it on, right? And here, and then you start twisting in your tripod, you could cause a problem because when you're twisting it, it's going to constantly be trying to find its center point. And it'll be like gimbal access or gimbal limits reached, it'll say on the screen. And that could, just possibly damage the internal motor. So you always want to make sure it's off as you're putting it on your tripod, or and then once you're done and it's set to where you want it to be, then you can turn it on. Okay. Now, it does come with this carrying case. When you order it, of course, it's not going to come with the case like this. Remember, once again, this is $45 on Amazon. It's going to come with this. Now, this is a protective housing for your DJI. When you put your DJI up, your lens should be focused inside. It should be turned here. I've seen some people have their lenses and they put them up like this. What's wrong with this? Anything that comes around here can scratch it, can damage it. This whole thing is to be protective. So when you put it in here, you want to make sure your lens, and when you turn it off, it automatically does turn the lens inward because, of course, it wants to protect itself. So you put it in here. Look at that. Now that's protected. This is the way you should store your device. And then this entire thing would go in the case if you have the case. Now, I'm going to put, because I've got 8% on this battery, I'm going to put an external battery that I bought, once again, on Amazon. Lord, I swear I should be getting some kind of kickbacks from them. So, you guys, this is called an extended DJI battery. These were $24 each. I have 2 of them. This lasts about 7 hours. You can press the button here and you can see how much it has. 4 bars. So you can see this is fully charged, okay? Now, here's the difference. If I'm going to live stream, let me remove this from my protective case. If I'm going to live stream with my DJI, because I can live stream with a USB-C cord here to a laptop, from here to my phone, or I can live stream wirelessly from here to my camera phone, right? I would plug it into this device if I'm going to be tethered or wired. Now, if I take this off, I'm removing it, and I put on my extended battery. Once again, I'm looking for 2 clicks. That clicked in once, this side's not clicked in. Now I clicked it in, it's solid. Notice immediately the camera, hopefully you can see it, begins charging. My camera was at 8%, and now it's charging. It says 8% on there. It's charging this battery. So it probably takes about 20 minutes, but you can start using your battery, your camera at 8%. I would say usually don't let it get below 12%, but you can get these, like I said, once again, these batteries are $24. Keep in mind, you're going to see a charging port on the back. This is for charging only. These devices are third-party batteries. What does that mean? That means they are not compatible with live streaming from this device and this battery. You have to only use the devices that come with the DJI unit. You can live stream from these, but these are not batteries. These are just made to hold and facilitate the 1/4-inch screw on the bottom. Okay? That might have been confusing. This is not a battery. This is only created to give you a 1/4-inch screw on the bottom. This external battery is a battery. It does have a 1/4-inch screw on the bottom, but you cannot use the port on the back to live stream from it. It is not capable. The DJI will not see this in the live stream, and it'll just be, you plugging it in, it'll just be like, oh, you want to charge. Okay? So you need to be aware of that. Am I missing something?
Well, I'm learning something too.
Oh, okay.
Well, where's the battery then? Where's the battery on its own?
So this is external battery. Otherwise, there is an internal battery inside the DJI right here. And this battery will last you about two hours. But if you put this on, this is guaranteed. This is usually 5 to 7 hours. My producer was asking me behind the scenes. Okay, so one of the other reasons I love this unit, the DJI, is because, oh my God, if I'm going to be doing long form content, looking for something for television, it films in 4K. Okay, so that's going to give me the resolution that I need for broadcast. I'm going to have my camera horizontal. Okay, so if you notice, that's horizontal. I'm sure you guys will know this. Horizontal. Now, if I'm doing it for the gram, I'm doing it for reels, I'm doing it for shorts, I may want vertical content. Okay, I'm going to flip this up vertically. I'm going to press continue so it doesn't turn off. It's going to go from 4K resolution to 2K resolution. Vertical content at the max will only do 2K. Most vertical content only needs to be 720 to 1080 because nobody's going to want to watch 2K content on a mobile device. It's going to lag, okay? So, but it does it in 2K. You can, of course, adjust this in the settings, but when you go to vertical content, it's going to switch to 2K. Now, I can do this all day. I'm doing my Reels, I'm doing my TikToks, my Instagrams, for YouTube, Facebook, whatever it is, you can do it in this format. But now, if you're going to do anything for a long format, such as YouTube or television, for those of you that are on the OnStagePLUS television network, right? You always want to make sure that you're in horizontal format. Please do not send us any kind of content in vertical format. We will be like, what's this? You better send it to Instagram because we're not putting it on television because that is social media type content. Okay? All right. So another thing you're going to see on here is it has a follow me feature. So you're basically going to be putting this follow place detect, and I'm going to show you what I mean. Hello. You have to start recording. How are you? What? What you doing? Why you stalking me? Oh, I see you. Right? Has a follow me feature. Then, of course, you can turn that off. Right? And you can say, no, I want you to follow me. Notice, totally lost interest. Right? That is a feature that is available on the menu. It works the same way if you're in vertical format. You press the face detect. That's the little kind of, to me, it looks like almost like a gyroscope thing, or maybe an atom. Right? Excuse me. Or maybe like a little atom sign in the left-hand part of the screen. You press that, and you'll get that option. Okay? Now, remember, when you're doing this, make sure you are careful of your environment. Don't lay it down or this or whatever, because if you damage this, I mean, it's pretty sturdy, but as you can see, it's not made for a day at the rodeo. Okay? So if you happen to break that, you in trouble. Okay? So be careful. When you're going to close it, you're going to turn it off. You're going to let it reset. See that? You're going to take your handy dandy protection and you're going to put it in the case. Okay? There you go. Now you can run around and do whatever you got to do. And then when you're done, take it out. Now remember, most of these units, when you buy the combo kit, come with a microphone. If you have a unit that didn't come, you didn't buy the combo kit, you bought this separately, that's okay too. You can have your microphone, you just have to sync up the audio separately. Now, this comes with what's called a DJI 2. This is a DJI 2 microphone. Some of you may have the DJI 1 microphones. Unfortunately, they are not compatible. You can't turn up DJI 1 microphone and have it sync to this. I tried it, trust me. Okay, so what you have to do is basically, it's got an internal microphone here. So if you don't have the microphone here, it does have an internal microphone, but whatever editing software you're using, you're just going to have to raise the levels a bit. But it has a pretty decent microphone inside. This camera, you can do zoom. You can also do digital zoom. So to zoom to a point by using this little toggle knob here, you can zoom to a point and then you can press the bottom of the screen and it'll go a step further and digitally zoom. It does take some of your resolution away. So if you do this, I recommend you do it in 4K. So the resolution you lose by using the digital zoom will not be lost when you're viewing. Another thing you can do is, of course, you can pan, tilt left and right by pressing on the screen on the right-hand side. When you press it once, that's going to be for your zooming. When you can then use the toggle button to zoom in, zoom out. You press that button again, and you're going to be able to use that same toggle button to go down and to go up, to go left and to go right, okay? This is the record button. You want to be careful. Sorry, I'm getting all kind of calls. You want to be careful that when you, very, very important, when you want to turn this off, so say this is turned on, right? And you got everything, you're like, oh, I want to turn it off. Do not press. The way you turn it off is doing this. And it's going to say, do you want to continue a vertical format? You don't press anything, it'll turn off. If you press this, because you can hold it down and turn it off. But if you do that, without doing the flipping, that motion I just showed you, it's going to delete all of your footage. I've done it. And when you get that one interview with that celebrity influencer or NFL athlete, and they're like, okay, I'm out, and they leave, and you are not doing what you're supposed to do, you just want to hurry up and press the red button, you will delete all your footage. And you'll be like, what happened? This thing is broke. No, you turned it off incorrectly. The onus will be on you. So listen to Dave. If your stuff is on like this and you want to turn it off, take the extra 3 seconds, 1001, 1002, 1003, and turn it off this way. Don't hold down that button. You lose all the footage. And trust me, that's a hard lesson to learn. So, since I've learned it, I'm teaching to you so you don't have to learn it again. Okay? So, like I said, look, now I'm at 19%. It's only been like, 3 minutes? So, I'm actually going to leave it here because I want to charge it. I'm going to put it back in my nice handy dandy carrier here. Actually, I got to put it in the case. So, I'm going to take it off. Remember, I had a problem too where I was like, this thing is not coming off. Press the button to disengage. See, the clips are off. Then you can actually wiggle it. So once the clips are off, you can actually pull it straight up. And I can take it then and put it in my case. Okay. Face down. Good. Everything is everything. Okay. That's how that works. And I can take my extended battery, and I can put it back in my case. Like I said, I bought 2. This is $24 a piece on Amazon. If you want the links, let me know. And I've also got these. These are NDI filters. You're probably going to need these out here because it's wintertime. But in the summer, these filters help protect your lens, especially if you're shooting bright outdoors or anything like that. You can set the different levels on some of them. And it's basically like sunglasses for your camera. That's all that is. Okay, and here, these actually come with it too. These are just some microphone. That's a little like flag box stuff. I wanted to put this on here to have like a little box so I could see the screen. I think that's doing too much, but it does come with it. And there's some other little accessories in here as well. That's if you get the combo kit. Okay, so there you have it. That was a quick overview of your DJI Osmo Pocket 3 camera. Should you want a more in-depth training, let me know and I'll send you my Cash App. Okay, so there it is. I hope you guys have a wonderful time in Super Bowl Media Week. We're looking forward to seeing all of you, and let's have a phenomenal time. And remember, this event is all about footage and building content for your brand. So don't miss the opportunity. All right, I'll see you soon.